Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's show, I will be giving you some tips for you to get better at your playing, or at least to get inspired into new things. If you have been watching the show, I've been doing this segment every month where I give you some tips on how to get better. And simple tips that really helped me along the way when I discovered them. And I hope they can inspire you and help you into playing better. So to today's tip, I call it, I was thinking about a name for this concept, and I'm probably stuck with the melody in chords. And what do I mean about the melody in chords? Well, the way I see it, every chord has a melody attached to it, or a lot of melodies, because of the notes you play in the chord. So if you play there's a lot of notes in here. So any of these notes are great for your melody playing. So for example, in the intro, I was playing over a loop, C major. C major, F major, so 1 and 4 of the diatonic scale. If you don't know any more notes, any of the notes of the chords will do it. So if you're playing this voicing, you have all these notes. The notes you're pressing. A super normal C major. When you play F major, you have this note. Okay? So just select, the concept is just select one of the notes of the chord. For example, I will choose G for the first note that I will play over C major. So I'll play. And then I'll select a note from the other chord, the next chord, in this case F major, the closest to the note that I played before. And this concept is called, it's conducting your music, your song, through the melody. So it's melody conduction, melody driving. I don't know how to translate it in English. In Portuguese, it is canção melódica. But, well, it is like guiding your melody, your song through the melody. The melody is connecting the dots. So the important thing is for you the best melody conduction is no change. If you can, stick with the same note. That's one note samba from Tom Jobim. So he's playing always one note, he's taking this concept to the extreme of never changing the note, doing a melody with the same note and changing the chords around it. That's the concept, that's the best melody conduction. If you can't stick with the same note, do the minimal change to the note. So the minimal change would be half tone. If I'm in G, half tone up would be G sharp, F tone down would be G flat, none of which works on F major. So we will have to do a bigger change. We will have to go one step down to an F, or one step up to an A. Both go to the chord. So for example, if I'm playing the melody, I'm playing G over C major and A over F major. Okay? Let's test it. Nothing fancy, but it already sounds like music to me. It's just slow music, but it's sounding like music. It's very musical, it's very pleasing, and I'm doing a progression. Then there's another concept, ascending, going up, or descending, going down, coming down. So your melody should have a pattern, should not be like going up, down, going up, down. Well, the should is a big word. You do whatever you want because music is music, and as long as it sounds good to you. But in general, there's a concept of going up and a concept of coming down. It's like talking. I say, what do you think about it? And you answer, oh, I was worrying I didn't know the scales. So you're going, do you know it? You're going up. Yeah, don't be afraid. I know it. You're coming down. Okay? And even the interjections, yeah, don't be afraid. You're creating a moment to say the word afraid. And playing is exactly the same thing. You have to create a moment to create the momentum. So you should choose if you will go up or if you're coming down. And probably you will go up so you can come down. So for example, I've choose in this case to go up. Okay, but I've only choose 2 notes. Let's do 2 more bars. So I've already choose a note, G for the C chord, A for the F chord. Now I will do the next C note, which will be a B major 7. And then I will play a C over F. So my melody will be going up the scale. Okay, and we have 4 bars. The C, the B note didn't sound that great to me because I'm playing a perfectly major chord, and it is too embellished for this. So I will change my melody, and here's a great thing, a great concept too, is just use your ears. If it doesn't sound good, it isn't good, and if it sounds good, it is good. Simple as that. So I will do. And instead of the B, I will play a C and keep with a C on top of the F. So it will be like. Okay, let's do it. okay? And we have a melody. It is a very slow melody, but imagine you could be playing like bells, or you could be playing like a xylophone. It will be beautiful. Very simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. It is not super guitar-y, but it depends. If you are playing a melody that is supporting the vocal melody, for example, this could be great. And you could harmonize it. So we could do like thirds. Okay, and then you can do passage. You can play other notes from the scale, improvise, jam, or add notes, but you know those are your root notes. Those are the notes you should stop in. So I'm playing. I will be embellishing the melody. I will start with the 4 notes, or with the 3 notes that we choose. Okay, and this is a concept that I was even struggling to get, because it is too restrictive, but it's a great learning process, because you are super limited to those notes, and your intuition needs to step aside every once in a while. Because if I'm playing over these 2 chords, I'm mixing pentatonics, major and minor, I'm mixing arpeggios, I'm mixing chromatic, like for example. But if I want to go more into Bill Frisell, Nora Jones way, I would have to be a lot sparse, a lot more selective with my notes, and let them ring, like playing thirds and beautiful things like that. or even those melodies, those very Texan Western melodies. Those kind of twangy melodies are super rooted on the chords. So that's the great concept. Let's test it in minor so you can check it. In this harmony, I'm playing A minor 7 and D7, the dominant 9. D7, 9. So we have these notes and these notes for the D7. Okay, so we have these two notes are the same. This note changes half step. Okay, and this note goes up here, okay? So let's choose, for example, I will play minor third of the chord, and I will stick with the minor third because it is the minor 7 of the D7. So okay, it helps me a lot. Now I will change the minor 7 from the A minor, and I will change it to the 5 of the D7, which is an 8. So here I can really use the minor pentatonic. So I can use it to highlight passages, but I will still have these anchor notes. Just trying to be really obvious about these note selections. And these are just starting points. It's just a concept. It's a way of making you think differently. So you have to be consistent. You have to choose really good notes, really beautiful notes to stay on top of the chords. And that will take you even to chords that go out of a tonality, that change tonalities. So, for example, I have a song, a Budda Power Blues song, which is called The Sun is Shining Above the Clouds. It is kind of a blues. It is a Ray Charles inspired blues because it has some strange harmonies to the blues. So, for example, it starts in C major, C7. And then the second chord is an E major, an E7, so an E dominant. And this chord is completely out of the tonality. If you play pentatonic over it, if you play C pentatonic over it, it will sound strange. Let me just record you a loop of the song and I'll explain it. So I will have to choose one note for each chord. I will choose the third of C, and then I will keep the third because it is an E, so I'll stick to it. Then I'll raise it up half a tone. And then I'll still raise it up because it is the major third of the D. And then I'll raise it up even a little half step, because it is the 5 of the C. I will keep it because it is the 7 of the A. And then I'll come down to the 3rd of the D, the flat 7 of the G, and the 3rd again of the C. It will be a chromatic. The melody will be a chromatic. I will be playing, and this is a great melody conduction because you are really changing small steps and doing up and coming down to the same note. So hear it. Okay, so if I introduce some embellishment to this melody, to this principle, it will be a lot better, especially if I do it, for example, with a slide. It is great. And you just need to get used to think this way, to think of ways that your melody is good, whether it's being improvising or whether you are composing, you're writing a song. This is the same concepts. Only when you are improvising, you are composing in real time. When you are composing, when you're writing a song, you can come back and correct the things you didn't like. Well, that's it. This is a super powerful concept. Don't be misled by the simplicity of this concept. This is super, super powerful. And it is the thing that I watch the most musicians don't have. When I play with other musicians, there are guys that play amazing, have great technique, but they don't have this melodic concept going for really great notes, and those notes are in the chords. We'll see each other next week. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.